I'm starting to blend in the uncovered areas between those high detail parts that I made up. At the moment, I'm just using the straight silicone out of the tube to fill in some of the areas where there's voids in the casting and start tying those elements together. It tends to be a little bit of a slow process because I get to the stage where I'm ready to move on to another place. Because that first fresh area is still quite tender, you can't move on too much further without taking the risk of damaging the work you've already done. So generally I just step away from it for a bit, give it a chance to cure up, and then come back and start working on a new patch. I'm just peeling the skin off the top of the head here so I can have a look at the ridges of the eyes. I think the underlying eye sockets are pushing his eyebrow section up a little bit too much, and I'll probably end up shaving that down a little bit so that they drop down into a better position. And that'll also lower the top lip down closer to his teeth. I still have to work out the lip and mouth area as well, and I'm not entirely sure that I'm not even going to lengthen the neck a little bit, but these are all sort of things that I've got to work out as I go. Now that I've worked out most of the tie-in details on his back, I'm going to start working on his chest area. Once again, I'm mixing up some of the cornflower putty. I'm just doing this part as a freehand sculpt, and I'm just checking backwards and forwards for reference on the other model. So with the success of the test putty that I made up out of the sawdust, I've decided to use it on his feet. The reason why you can see this looks more yellow in colour is because I'm mixing it with some clear silicone rather than the grey stuff that I used in the test. Other than that, it's basically the same mixture. I haven't mixed quite as much sawdust into it this time as I did in the test piece, just so I can move it around a bit more and sculpt it onto his foot. I'm really liking the way the sawdust stuff worked out, and I'm considering using it on the ears as well. I've made up a test piece already, but picking up some of the details is a little bit laxed to what I wanted. I could probably go in and repair these like I did on his back, and the wire armature that I've got in the ear there sort of works really well. So I'm a little bit in two minds at the moment on whether or not I'm going to continue with what I've got there, because I do like the flexibility of this. So once the foot's dried and cured properly, I'll compare the flexibility of it, and that should give me enough of an idea of whether or not I'm just going to do another one like this, or whether or not I'm going to scrap this one and go for the wood fibre type stuff. So it's all proving to be a little bit slower and more tedious than I'd hoped, but it is getting there. But anyway guys, that'll be the update for this time. Thanks for watching. Talk to you next time.